We'll be doing a short presentation of the Twilight Zone featuring Homie the Clown. And if you need to ask questions, we will have a Q&A at the end. And you can just put your questions in the chat room and we will respond to them at the end of the production. If anybody's having any technical difficulties, audio, video, anything like that, just please let us know now so we can go ahead and get that out the way at the beginning. And I would love to send a special thanks out to my team, JD and Rose. We want to thank the city of Knoxville. We want to thank Grace Levin, Brian Blackman. We want to thank KUB. We want to thank Alliance to Save Energy, CTV, UT, Mayor Kincannon. We want to thank everybody for helping us be able to put this together and be able to just be here for y'all. So y'all enjoy the show and we'll be back with you later on.
My name is JD. I'm with SEEED. Now SEED is spelled with 3 E's. And SEED stands for Socially Equal Energy Efficiency Development. And I will be your host, playing the role of Rod Sterling from the Twilight Zone. Shut up, clown! Excuse me, where was I? Now, the reason we're using the Twilight Zone is because, just like you and you're just like me, 2020, I wish it was at 2021, but 2020 has felt like we're in the middle of the Twilight Zone for most of the year. We've been spending, because of the coronavirus and the pandemic, we would have spending more time in our homes than we've ever spent in our home. So therefore, as we dwell into the recesses of your mind, I bet a lot of you are wondering, well, how healthy is our home? So what we'll do is, over the next few minutes, we will go through how unhealthy your home is and how you can make your home more healthy for you. Now in this episode, now this is kind of like a comedy, so you're allowed to laugh if you want to. So in this episode, we're going to introduce you to a clown like no other. Homie the Clown. He only cares about the health of people's homes and, of course, making trouble. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. Homie, please. So, with that said, we'll be going through 7 strategies, so simple, even a clown like Homie can understand.
I ain't dumb.
You're just silly. Anyway, so, welcome to the Healthy Home Zone. You see what I got to deal with. All right, now, we have the resources, or we adapt this whole program. It's from the Tennessee Department of Health Guides to Healthy Home. Now, so let's begin with the 7 strategies I was talking about. And we'll call them 7 keeps. Keep it dry, keep it clean, keep it pest-free, keep it safe, keep it contaminant-free, keep it maintained, keep it ventilated, and keep it maintained. First, let's go about keeping your home dry. Keeping your home dry is extremely important in preventing mold, and falls. Let's start with molds. What is mold? Mold is a living fungus that can carry a musky and funky smell. And it's often green or black. And it grows in wet places like basements, bathrooms, and there's a few safety precautions you can take to prevent mold. First, you can clean it up right away. You should use some gloves and a chemical cleaner to kill the spores. Next, you need to reduce excess moisture. And also, fix water leaks right away. Make sure your rainwater drains away from your house by keeping your gutters clean. Also, you can use a dehumidifier when necessary to get rid of excess moisture. And connect the vents from your clothes dryer to the outside of your home and regularly clean the dryer and the hose. And be sure that to use the vents, your fan vents, while showering and taking baths. Let's move into falls. Now, there are a few different things you can do to prevent falling. First, you need to be sure that you keep your hallways well lit and free from clutter. Keep windows locked, especially on higher floors, to prevent kids from falling.
Ah!
Shut up, clown. Too soon, too much? Yeah. Next is to make sure elderly family members are monitored and have access to a life savings device.
I found it and I can't get up.
Homie, get up off the ground.
No.
You see what I gotta deal with. Anyway, now, another thing you need to do is use rugs with a non-slip bottoms or put gripper tape on the bottom of your rugs. And plus also put a non-slip mat in your showers. Now let's see what Homie the Clown has to say about this. Action.
Where's your shower mat and rug at?
I mean, I never bought any. They don't seem that important anyway.
Don't you know 21.8 million people get hurt and slip and falls in the bathroom?
Wow. Homie, you kooky clown.
To keep number 2, keeping it clean. Keeping your home clean is vital in preventing allergies and pests. Let's start with allergies. Allergies to pet, like cats and dogs, are among the most common home allergies. Pet allergies come from sensitivity to dander, which consists of dead pet skin, saliva, and urine.
Ew.
Yes, homie, I feel you. Ew. Number 2, to help minimize pet dander in the home, you should clean and dust surfaces regularly and wash fabrics that pet regularly comes in contact with. You should also wash your pet regularly. Do not allow children with asthma or pet allergies to come in contact with animals, and have children wash their hands after touching the pet. Now, moving on, let's go to number 3. Keep 3. All right? And that's keeping it pest free. Here are some actions you can take to prevent pests from being attracted to your home. First, store food products properly by keeping them covered and wrapped. Also use a lidded trash can. Don't leave water puddles around, and don't leave exposed pet food out overnight. Get rid of clutter and wash dishes daily. Yes, wash dishes daily. Now, if you are experiencing a pest problem, seek out professional help. But if you want to do it yourself, use mouse traps or sticky traps rather than pesticides to keep the poisons out of your house as much as possible. But if you have to use pesticide and you want to use pesticides, please follow the instructions very, very carefully. Now, let's see what Homie has to say about pests in your homes.
Rose, come holler at me.
What?
Don't you know that leaving pet food out and dishes, dirty dishes in the sink attract pests like roaches and rats?
Ew. Never thought about it.
Homie, don't play that.
This lady cannot catch a break. Moving right along, we have keep number 4. Keep it safe. First and foremost, it is important to stop smoking to prevent secondhand smoke. What is secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke comes from the burnt pipes, cigars, or drugs. It also comes from the smoke exhaled by the smoker. Secondhand smoke is full with harmful chemicals. Children breathing secondhand smoke are more likely to get sick. Secondhand smoke increases the chance of a child dying from sudden infant death syndrome or SEEED. Breathing secondhand smoke can cause asthma or trigger an asthma attack. It can lead to ear and respiratory infections. Secondhand smoke can cause lung cancer, heart disease, and COPD. Number 2, quitting smoking is the number one thing that you can do to create a healthy environment. Let me say that again. Quitting smoking is the number one thing you can do to create a healthy home environment. If you want to smoke, do it outside until you quit. If you can't quit, won't quit, smoke outside every time. This keeps the chemicals out of your house. And do not smoke in the car, especially when children are present. As a matter of fact, I hear homie now.
What are you doing?
Having a smoke?
Don't you know secondhand smoke can cause asthma in kids?
Well,
Homie, don't play that.
I mean, how do you know so many facts?
Because my mama was a smoker.
Homie, don't you know that smoking stunts your growth?
Obviously not.
Next, you need to prevent fires and burns at home. Again, do not smoke at home, especially in the bed. Put a smoke alarm on every floor in every bedroom. Test the smoke alarm every 6 months to make sure that they are working. And replace your smoke alarm batteries twice a year or every daylight saving time if you have a hard time remembering. Also, keep your fire extinguisher maintained. Make a fire escape plan for you, for your family, and practice it. The best thing to do is have a tree or something that you go out to. You have a fire drill, and also make sure you invite Fido to come out there too.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Help them. That's homie, y'all. That's homie Knox. Anyway, number 4, you need to keep kerosene and space heaters away from curtains and furniture. Do not overload electrical outlets with too many plug-ins. Use the power strip or surge protectors. And keep your electrical outlets covered when not in use to prevent kids from getting electrocuted. You should also, to prevent choking in the home, you should, if you have hot dogs, nuts, peanuts, hard candies, or small objects that can cause choking, supervise young children when they eat food or play with objects on which they can choke on. And number 2, take a CPR class or first aid class to know what to do when someone is choking and learn how to use the Heimlich maneuver. Believe it or not, you should take additional steps to prevent drowning in your home. A child can drown in as little as 2 inches of water. So supervise children when they're in or around water, like in the bath. Enclose swimming pools or hot tubs, and keep the toilet lid down.
Who left this toilet seat up? Don't you know kids can drown in the toilet? Homie, don't play that.
Come to prescription medicine, also to keep your home safe and healthy, to keep it safe. You should store your medicines, your medication, your prescription medicine in a cabinet high up, or better still, lock them up somewhere safe. And if your prescription is up and you not using it anymore, take your old prescriptions back to the pharmacy so they can dispose of it properly. Sometimes when you leave meds in trash, kids and other people, the grown-up types, will go in there and steal your meds. Keep it safe. Now, moving right along, guns can be a real hazard in the home. It is important to take the following steps. Consider taking a gun safety class and teach children about gun safety. Keep gun in a lockbox, unloaded and with the safety on. Keep it out of reach of children, and never clean guns around kids or around others. And always assume that a gun is loaded. Matter of fact, I hear homie creeping around.
I had such a fun day at the shooting range with my ladies and my gun. I'm just gonna leave it right here. I'll put it up later, it's fine.
Who left this gun out? Rose!
What?
Did you leave this gun out?
Maybe?
Don't you know it takes less than a minute for a child to shoot themselves, or maybe even you? Make sure you keep your guns put up in a safe place.
Oops.
Homie don't play
Man, she gonna need a leave or something when she go home. And many licks she's taken from homie. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, let's take a 15-second intermission break. All right? Homie, do you have something to say?
that. I just want y'all to be safe. Getting hurt, homie don't play that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enough of that break. Let's move right along. Now we come to keep 5. Keep number 5. Keep it contaminant free. Let's talk about some of the common disturbing hazards found in the home. Lead-based paints can generally be found in older homes. Lead is a very toxic substance, sometimes found in paint. You ought to get your house tested for lead-based paint. That's for the country folks. Especially if your house was built before the lead-based paint ban in 1978. So if your home was built before 1978, please get your home tested for lead-based paint. Keep an eye out for peeling and chipped paint, especially frequently used surfaces like doors and window sills. Clean up stray paint chips immediately and test children for lead levels and take precautions to prevent exposure. Asbestos is another thing. Asbestos also can be found in older homes. Now, asbestos is a fibrous mineral bundle inside building material. It is generally considered safe unless damaged or agitated. Beware of the possibilities of asbestos, especially when it comes to remodels. It becomes harmful to your lungs when it's become damaged or stirred up. Then it becomes airborne and you inhale it into your lungs. It is especially harmful with a lot of exposure over time in combination with smoking, the growth stunner. It is not common in constructions over the last 20 years. It is hard to identify asbestos in the untrained eye, so consult with a professional to get asbestos tested and determine whether it is a good condition or is safe to keep in your home, or if you need to be removed. It can be lengthy and costly procedures to get it done or to get it safely removed. Now we'll move into keep number 6, keep it ventilated. Having proper ventilation is the most important things you can do to improve your air quality of your home. Be sure to frequently change your air filters. It's a good idea to clean your ceiling fans and air filters often. Be sure that air vents are not blocked by furniture or other objects to ensure good airflow and circulation. You can periodically open your windows on a day when the weather is good and let fresh air in your house. An air purifier would be a very, very good investment. Now, air conditioners should be regular maintenance done and to maintain air quality, good air quality. Following the importance of ventilation, we'll be moving into keep number 7, the last one, keep it maintained. We will talk about some of the toxic chemicals that are commonly found in the home. To begin with is nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide are all common hazardous chemicals found in the home. They are gases with no color or smell, but they're dangerous and common in air pollution and acid rain. They can occur indoors, coming from the use of unvented gas stoves, fireplace, and wood burners, can lead to high levels indoors inside your home. These can burn your eyes, your nose, and your lungs. They can be dangerous, especially for those who are with breathing problems like asthma and COPD. To prevent these chemicals, you can take a few simple precautions. When cooking with gas, use a stove vent to move the air outside. Open the doors or windows to clear gases from the room. Do not use gas stoves or kerosene heaters to heat your home. And do not burn charcoal inside. You ain't got nothing to say about that, homie? Homie went to sleep on me. Also, stay aware of a rotten egg smell. If you have that, that's normally associated with a natural gas leak. Up next is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is the gas with no color, odor, or taste. It comes from burning fossil fuel. It comes from cars, generators, natural gas, wood, charcoal, and kerosene. Carbon monoxide poisoning symptoms are similar to those of a flu. First, you need to install a carbon monoxide detector, and you need to exit your home or call 911 if the detector goes off. Do not leave your car running in your garage. Shut up, homie. Do not use generators, kerosene, propane heaters, charcoal, gas grills, or fuel-powered machines indoors. Shut up, homie. Again, do not use gas stove to heat your home. Do you think that'll make your utility bill high? Of course it will. That's why you get trapped in the twilight zone from time to time. Next is if you have a chimney, a water heater, a gas burning furnace, or fireplace, have them checked regularly by professionals. Next is something called volatile organic compounds, better known as VOCs. They are the ones of the most common household hazards that you can prevent. VOCs are found in paint strippers, varnishes. Also is found in varnishes, glues, cleaners, air fresheners, and so on. You may have a health problem if you breathe, swallow, or touch too much of the products containing VOCs. Health problems may include eye irritations, difficulty in breathing, headaches, dizziness. Now, homie, you know about being dizzy.
I like it.
Help me. And cause memory problems. Over time, some VOCs may even cause cancer. To prevent VOC exposures, store chemicals in their original containers and follow instructions carefully. And do not mix different cleaning agents. Keep your room well ventilated. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Man, that sounds familiar. Told you, we're in the twilight zone. But you need to wear a mask when you are handling products with VOCs. And keep the chemicals locked up and stored away from kids. And also another hazardous chemical is mercury. Mercury is slightly less of a common household chemicals, but you should still take steps to prevent exposure. Mercury is a liquid metal used in thermostats, in thermometers, blood pressure equipment, and fluorescence light bulbs. Mercury is the liquid that evaporates quickly into the air. When breathed in, mercury is harmful to adults, especially with children because of their smaller size. Replace your old thermometer with new mercury-free thermometers. Cleanup can be dangerous, so refer to a resource for safety mercury cleanup. And then that leads us to the last one, which is radon. Radon is also a common household hazard. Radon is the naturally occurring radioactive gas. It has no color or smell, just like the other guys. But it comes up from the ground. It seeps into your basements, into your crawl space, and radon can cause lung cancer. It is possible for one home to have a high level of radon, and for the next home to have a low level of radon. Test the lowest floor in your home that is used by your family regularly. Radon test kits can be purchased at your local hardware store. Some government agencies or health department can sell radon test kits. A home with radon can be fixed. If it's in the basement, painting the floor or sealing the cracks or increasing the airflow are low-cost mitigation methods. A trained company can install a radon removal system for high levels of radon. All right, now let's finish talking about healthy homes. We can't finish talking about healthy homes without talking about COVID, or how to prevent steps to prevent COVID spread in the home, and the quarantine procedures once someone has the symptoms or been tested positive. First, we'll start with common COVID practices, safety practices. Wash your hands, sanitize commonly used surfaces frequently. Common and high-touch places that should be cleaned frequent should be countertops, rails, tables, back of chairs, light switches, faucet, toilets, refrigerator doors, doorknobs, and remote control. Yes, that remote control. You should also clean frequently used technology items such as cell phone and computers with a solution that has 70% alcohol and 30% water, or just use a disinfecting wipe. Try to limit sharing personal items like linen, dishes, towels, and to make sure they are thoroughly clean before sharing used items. Then you should monitor your health and watch for COVID symptoms. Symptoms like shortness of breath, fevers, cough can be symptoms of COVID. As soon as you notice a COVID symptom, you should try to get tested, stay at home, and isolate yourself for 2 weeks to reduce the spread of the virus. Be sure to get a lot of rest and stay hydrated. Cover your cough and sneeze with a tissue or use it inside of your elbow, something like when you dab, like that. Wash your hands often with soap for at least 20 seconds, or sing the happy birthday song twice. When washing your hands is not available, use hand sanitizer once again with at least 70% alcohol. Try to limit errands or going out of the house as much as possible. When you come home from the public, take an extra precaution by washing your clothes immediately after the trip. If one of the family members of your households begin to show symptoms or test positive for COVID, separate them from the rest of the family and start the quarantine protocol. Provide a separate bedroom or bathroom if possible with a designated low-risk caregiver. If you are sharing a room with an infected person, you can use a physical barrier like a shower curtain or a blanket to separate yourself. If you're sharing a bed, sleep head to toe. The caregiver should provide support to the infected person, no one else. But they should try to limit the contact as much as possible. The caregiver should also self-isolate for 2 weeks after last exposure with the affected family member or until they're tested. Anything that if the affected person or affected people come in contact with, like linen and dishes, should be disinfected. If possible, you should use disposable dishes and utensils to reduce the possibility of contamination and to dispose of them in a separate trash can. Surface that this person comes in contact with should be also disinfected after use, ideally by the same person to reduce exposure to the caregiver. Each person should wear a mask when entering or interacting or maintaining at least 6 feet distance from one another whenever it's possible. Visit the CDC's website, that's science and doctors, you all, if you need more information. Homie says to wear a mask and don't spread germs. Matter of fact, Homie says some more stuff he wants to say.
taking steps to keep your home healthy is truly no laughing matter. By taking some of these steps, you can create a healthier home and life for you and your loved ones. Unhealthy homes, homie don't play that. Further resources for healthy homes can be found at the Tennessee Department of Health Guide to Healthy Homes, as well as the CDC on Knoxville's website. As we are leaving the Twilight Zone, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode of Healthy Home Zone.
So I hope you enjoyed our presentation tonight. I'm going to give a couple of minutes for some people to chime in. If they have any questions. I saw one question asking about having the information on our website. Yes, this is shared on our website and our Facebook page. Just remember that SEED spelled with 3 E's. And while we're waiting, I will answer a couple of questions. Number one, the process of finding mold and help getting that under control is a process of number one, locating it. Number two, before you treat it, make sure you clean up whatever leak, or even if it's leaky faucet, or you might need to patch the roof and it's leaking. Just make sure you take care of that leak first, then clean and disinfect and do whatever needed repairs. And also remember to periodically check just to be sure that the problem hasn't returned. Also, too, like funky smells and stuff can get into your air filter. So after you do a cleanup, like a job like this, and you're wondering why you're still smelling certain odors in the house, check your air filters, because that could be one of the culprits. And just always be observant of your home and your area. If there's a basement or a crawl space you don't go in much, just periodically throughout the year, just check to be sure that there's nothing leaking, no water puddling, no signs of pest nesting in the area. And that will help prevent a lot of upcoming things. So just a few tips to help you along.
Okay, homie, there's a question about, Rebecca says, thank you all for your work. How can I plug in and get involved? You gonna tell them about the site?
Yes, so if you want to get involved, all you have to do is just contact us. You can send us a message on Facebook. You can come up to the building. Generally, someone is here Monday through Friday in the afternoons. We're not officially back open, but we will be opening up soon. So there are many, and even you can go to SEEEDKnox.com and click apply if you would like to work. And there's other applications on the website too.
Okay, homie, I have another question. Somebody says, how many carbon monoxide readers should I have in my home, and where can I buy one?
Okay, now the carbon monoxide testers are generally sold at your local hardware store. They shouldn't be too hard to find. You can also call the city and they will address you to the right place. Now, as far as how many carbon monoxide testers you need, generally it's on the lower levels. So you can have 2 to 3 in your lower levels, and just make sure you keep them maintained.
Okay. Hey, homie, and this is something you know a lot about. This is, I'm calling you homie, Wando. Hey, Wando, this is something you know some about. A lady has a question about a lead-based paint in the house and how can they remove it. You can tell them how you went through the course and you passed the stuff, and let them know about lead-based paint.
All right, now lead-based paint, if you believe you have lead-based paint, There are testing kits that you can pick up at the hardware store, and there's different kinds. There's kind of a chemical kit that you rub on and it'll change color, or you can take the dust. But generally, it's found around the door frames and window sills. And once the paint becomes disturbed, that's when it becomes dangerous. So there are two ways that you can treat it, which would be there's abatement and removal. Abatement is more of a short-term fix. So if I have a window sill that I believe has lead-based paint, but the paint is not cracked, I can take another paint and paint over it and encase it. But once that outer layer of paint gets broken, or that paint below ends up becoming particle, turned into particles, then it will still recontaminate the area. So that's when you go to removal. Now, removal takes a lot of steps, so I would suggest that you contact a professional. Don't attempt this for yourself, because the lead is so hazardous that it is a very time-consuming effort just to interact with it. You have to make sure that you're taped up, you have your protective covering from head to toe, including mouth guards and breathing apparatuses, and you have to have it removed properly and clean up the area properly behind it. So just trying to like scrape it off, sweep it up in the dustpan would cause you to do more harm. So I hope this just lets you know about how dangerous lead-based paint actually is. And like I said, just please contact a professional or contact the city, because we are working with the city to go ahead and figure out how to keep this under control and keep it maintained. So they definitely have the resources and the contacts. I'm certified myself, and they can get you in touch with the right person to come and remove it properly and safely. And I thank you so much.
Good job, Rondo. It's another question about air filters. Can you tell me something about air filters in your home and stuff, and and all that?
All right, yeah. Like I said before, like after you clean up with mold or stuff, or if you're having prolonged smells in your home, it could possibly be embedded in your air filter, and your air filter is a good place to maintain and keep your air conditioning and your heating running well, because it's one of those things that will get clogged up and cause the unit to work harder, which will make it strain and either go out, which means you have to replace it, or to work harder and it'll cost you more money and use more electricity. So that's one of those simple things that you just need to observe, maintain, and make sure you keep a new one handy. They're anywhere from $3 to $5. You can get them at Kroger's. Some houses or some units do have some kind of specialty measurements, but those are just as easily to find. You'll just have to go to the hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot, somewhere like that. So, but yes, like it can keep odors in and definitely cause your unit to work harder. So that's just a simple couple of dollars that can keep your unit operational at an optimal level longer.
We have just a few more minutes left. Do anyone have any more questions or concerns or things they might want to know something about? We'll hold it open for a little bit longer for any questions. We want to once again thank the City of Knoxville and Department of Sustainability. We also want to thank, like I said, Brian Blackman. We want to thank Grace. Grace, she is a superstar. She is definitely one of the best at what she do. And Grace, she didn't want us to say this, but she has done a great job organizing this, keeping things on point and keeping things going. And let's see, somebody said they want to see me do a damn sneeze.
They want the damn sneeze again.
They want to see the damn sneeze. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'm too old for that. Anyway, getting back to, want to thank Alliance of Southern Energy, ACE, and KUB. KUB is doing a great job. We're going to have a big deal on Friday evening where we're going to do a display for the KUB workshop. And we just want to thank everyone for coming out and just, you know, trying to get some information how to have your home more healthy. Like I said, we spending more and more time in the home, and we just want to just thank you guys for sharing this moment with you. I got another thing in the chat room. When you zoom in, you'll see in the short survey. Oh, okay. When you zoom in, you will be sent. They said when you zoom in, you will be sent a short survey to let us know how you felt about this workshop. Thanks for your time. Also, I think we're gonna have this program on CTV. If I'm not mistaken, we'll send out some more information. Once again, I thank everybody for coming. Is there anything else we need to do? We're ready to sign off, I guess. Is that it? Are we signing off? Are we signing off? I guess
We out of here.
we out of here. It's a wrap. Appreciate
We
it.
out of here. All right, we out. Yeah. Remember, sneeze in your
Rose
shoulder.
did a great job. I appreciate everybody that worked on it. Thank you guys. You guys have a blessed evening. Bye.